Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and share with you about how to submit the category and topic. Um, that way, just in case something were to go haywire, you have this out there. In addition, I graded the group contracts, and a few of you did not share it through Google Drive. I mean, you created a document, you shared it with me, but it needs to be submitted through Google Classroom. So the first thing I'll talk about is how to submit it. It's a little bit hard because I'm in it from the teacher side, not from the student side. But whenever you go to an assignment, matter of fact, matter of fact, I can show you. I take that back. I can go to what is for teachers are basically our professional development. We have to get so many of these. And so they've been created as assignments in our Google Classroom. So when I want to submit something, I can essentially go open and you can see that there's a turn in, but you don't want to just turn it in. You need to add it either as a link. You can create a raw document and it's automatically attached. You can add either through your Google Drive, through a link, you can upload a file. There's all kinds of ways. Once you've gotten that in there, then you hit turn in and submit it, and it should mark it as done. So if you did not do that process, that is what you need to go back and redo with your contract. Now, if I could find it, I graded it. There were a couple of people that I couldn't find one. So you might need to kind of go back and look at that. I will accept it, but you need to get it in right away. So be sure you're doing this the correct way. The other thing that I observed when I was kind of glancing through the contracts, I mean, I didn't really grade these. It was basically, did you do one? Some of you did a really good job with it. You have clear, this is what we're doing, who's doing what, that kind of thing. It's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. But some others had very kind of vague, general, like I almost couldn't tell that you had actually done anything on it. And that's really probably not smart. You need to have specifics down in that contract. If it's not in that contract and your group falls apart, there is not a thing I can do to help you. And I'm going to tell you that. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to point to this recording and I'm going to say, I told you, you needed to be specific. You need to have specific tasks. Everyone needs to know what's expected of them, how many resources they're finding, how they're communicating, all that kind of stuff. It needs to be in that contract. So be sure that you're going back and reflecting on whether or not you have satisfied those requirements. The next part that I wanted to point out is the category and topic choice. So obviously you can see all of my files, but if you go to your student packet, this is kind of what it looks like. First off, let me point out the theme webinar is tomorrow. So if you're still interested in that, topic category selection bib overview. This is the number 2. So you go to this and you can kind of read it. You see that this is due September 9th. The first part of your bibliography is due October 13th. Your final bibliography with the process essay is due November 18th. And it basically talks about your topic, how to select your topic, how to narrow it down, how to start doing research, gives you some tips on credible sources, and some tips about an annotated bibliography. That's really there because you're starting to do your research, or you should be, and you might need to have a little bit of that information, right? But the part that's most important to you, right, it goes through categories, gives you some questions to think about. The part that's most important to you is this one right here, this very last page. This is what you need to submit. You can print it off. You can make a copy of it, however you want to do this. I'd like for you to submit it. I'd prefer it being submitted digitally. So ideally, you would make a copy and fill out this last form. And then that way you have access, that access to this. I have access to this. And basically all you're doing, you can also scroll over and copy it into your own document. Just be sure you turn it in through Google Classroom. You want to put the names of the people that are in your group, check what it is you're doing. I think I have one person doing an individual paper, so they would check individual. The rest of you are going to check group. Basically, what subject are you going to do? Kind of where is your topic? I'm asking you to reflect on why you're doing this. There needs to be a reason why, because if there's not, then that means you're not very interested in your topic. Also, you need to look at maybe kind of reflect on why this is important, give the historical significance. This will help you connect it to the larger theme. and then do that. Okay. So this is essentially your category right here and your topic. Now, this is not a finalized thesis. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. But this makes sure that you have a starting place so that you can start doing your research. This is what needs to be turned in and shared with me on Friday. So hopefully this made it clear as to how you need to go about doing this, as well as what specifically you need to share. If you have any questions, please let me know. Come by and see me, and I'll kind of mention it on Thursday. But hopefully, we don't have to spend a lot of time on this.